In today's episode, we're going to do catch up. We're going to find out where Jason has been because he went for a walkabout. We're also going to be talking about the website.
See, the thing is if I talk and you talk at the same time, then we go over top of each other.
Yeah.
Stupid. So I'm just not going to talk.
Oh, at all?
Well,
this will be amazing. This is going to be the best podcast we've ever done. We are also going to be talking about dreams and aspirations and when things get difficult, when the road gets heavy. And that's why we have these and a little bit of scotch. Actually, no, Canadian rye whiskey.
Limited edition.
Ba-boom. Enjoy the
show.
Enjoy the
See
show.
what happens there?
See what happens? Okay,
Jesus.
well. Who are we?
Nobody's.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're Canadian filmmakers with the dream of surviving financially on the backs of our films.
Welcome to our show where we bring people along on our film journey.
Maybe we can learn a thing or two.
Maybe we can teach people a thing or two while drinking beers.
I mean, if you can't drink beers while filmmaking, what's the point?
We are Fable Forest Films, failing our way to success.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I mean, our show. First frames first. Hello, and welcome to episode 59, I don't know where to look now, of First Frames First. I am Jason Green.
And my name is Adrian Constantin.
Oh, this is exciting. One of these times,
That's right.
we're going to finally hear
Why
why.
it is Adrian Constantin.
This is tricky. Today is the first time we're doing a Facebook Live while we record the episode.
Totally. Jason has made an executive decision.
Yeah.
And we are totally living.
So we're going to try, I don't know how often we're going to do this, but Facebook Live when we do the show, cut the show and still release it every second Wednesday as we've been doing on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Etc., etc.
That is the plan.
So we will see.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Now, this episode, we're smoking cigars. We're drinking some whiskey.
Please note, if you have small children watching, this is an adult show. Jason says the swears words.
Right.
And there is drinking. And there is smoking.
Have I said any swear words yet?
No, you have not.
Since I turned 40.
Oh, happy birthday to Jason. He is 40 years old.
Since I turned 40, I don't think I've swore.
Now listen. That's a lie. Now listen. So Jason went walkabout.
Thanks to my buddy Chris for the whiskey.
Thank you, Chris, for the whiskey. That is very nice of you. So where did you go walkabout? What did you do? He went like away by himself. He was like, gave the world the finger. And whenever I asked him questions about it, he would say, I have a book. Was his only response.
I turned 40.
Yeah. Are you happy or sad? Does that make you happy? Sad? Are you like, yeah, I'm doing this? Or are you like, boo-hoo-hoo?
I don't know. You know what? You like to think that there's no real sadness, that it doesn't matter. But you also think a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah.
With life and whatnot. When you turn, I don't know, when I turned 40 or when I was coming up to it, and Anne was planning, my family coming up, and we had a pretty great dinner with you and Heather, Derek and Tracy, Mike and Marinette, and my buddy Chris. Thanks again. It was a lot. And so I was like, I think I'm going to go camping, And Anne was like...
So you went camping?
Well, sort of. Anne was like, it's going to pour rain. You're an idiot. Why don't you go camping when it's nicer out? So I decided to go back to a place I'd been before. It's called Long Point Eco Adventure. Have you heard of it? It's close to Port Dover. It's about 20 minutes away. It's about 20 minutes from Port Dover. It's about an hour and a half from here. And I rented a eco hut.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, no power, no water, just a hut. It's got a queen size, really comfortable bed in it though.
No water.
No. Now,
Like you just no pumped water. You have to go
well, you have to go.
and get it.
Yeah.
So you're no bathing.
Yeah, they do have showers there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to shower while you're camping, which I did, which was pretty funny. But they're outdoor showers. So it's just they've got these like little cordoned off zones. So
Is it hot water?
it was pretty cold. They say they have a hot water tank.
Yeah.
But it
doesn't get piping hot. They
No.
probably use solar to warm it up. So my dad has solar panels that warm up the water, and you have to shower at a very specific time of day for the water to be at its hottest. Otherwise, the water will just be lukewarm.
So it was pretty funny. I basically left Thursday morning, the night after we went out for dinner, and I had not packed, so I threw a bunch of clothes and stuff into a bag, grabbed a sleeping bag, grabbed a cooler, stopped at the grocery store. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy, just the basics, some meat and some cheese, and $80 spent in groceries. Grabbed a bunch of beer. That was great. And so off I went, and good hour and a half drive. It was really nice. And then I basically just read the whole time. So I was there Thursday and left Saturday morning. So they give you free breakfast.
Holiday.
And but yeah, other than that, so they make your fires.
Oh, hey Sean. Hey Dave. Hey team.
Gentlemen. So yeah, at the Eco Lodge, they build your fires for you. They have these coordinated pits or whatever. They build bonfires and stuff. And it's like there's lots to do there.
Yeah.
You can bring corporate retreats. You can do stuff like they've got zip lining.
Mm-hmm.
They've got axe throwing.
That sounds cool.
They got mountain biking and all kinds of stuff. I did none of that.
You nearly swore.
I know.
Oh, that was close.
So close. I'm.
But you just sat and read.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty great. I thought I was asking myself at one point if I truly used to read 3 books a week. Because that was in my mind is like I would read 3 or 4 books every week. I always had one on the go, and it was like every day or 2 I would finish one.
That's a lot. That is a lot. That's for
days,
me. That's crazy.
These days, I'm not anywhere close, right? But yeah, I took Finders Keepers. It's a Stephen King book, sequel to Mr. Mercedes. I don't know if you've heard of that TV show.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of the TV show, but I haven't read the book.
So it's pretty good. So it's basically a TV show about.
Hey, Katrina.
Oh, hey, Heather. Stop goofing around and get to business. Hey, Katrina. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Mr. Mercedes is about a serial killer who takes a Mercedes and drives through a crowd of people.
Oh.
And so...
when did he write this?
Yeah, he wrote it quite a while ago, and they made the television show, and just as they were about to release it, one of those events actually happened, I think in the UK, or maybe it was the one in the States, but anyways, I can't remember, but they actually put the whole show on hold and put it off like 6 months or something like that.
Totally.
Anyways, read the whole book in a day and a bit.
Yeah.
And started reading the second one, so it was very relaxing. But the second day, a whole bunch of school children showed up, because again, they run like all kinds of events. So here's me like coming out of my little eco hut with jogging pants,
with the small children in your eco hut,
jogging pants, towel, going to have a shower, and poor kids.
They had to witness the great J.
I don't know.
40J coming down, getting ready to shower.
On Facebook Live, it's not really showing my belly, but that's okay. That's probably for the best. So,
that sounds cool. That sounds like a great unwind, a great unwind, a great release.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went and I drove to town. I ate an ice cream. It was basically no stress. It was, just absolutely nothing. So it was great.
So why are you feeling like you might be in a bit of a funk?
Like a rut?
Yeah, Jay, I think Jay is not, he's not feeling super excited. Well, not excited. What's it? He's just feeling a bit stuck. Not stuck. Slow moving.
You know what I think it is? I think it's, I don't know. I think it's busyness and maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say, I just in a funk, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I don't want to downplay anybody's moods or anything like that. I think when you get in a funk, or if some people get depressed or whatever, I think it's very easy to procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing the things that you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
procrastination is number one thing that happens because you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, so I've had some of that, you know, and I think that this morning I wrote in a book. I wrote just the 2 things I wanted to do today. I'm just trying to, you know, kind of get myself back in a groove, and I've heard a bunch of people talk about doing that sort of thing, businessmen, Kevin O'Leary and you know, Elon Musk and those kinds of guys. I mean, I'm sure tons of people do it, and it's stupid, maybe not, but you know, write down what you want to do the next day. Do those 2 things first, you know, sort of thing. So I wrote down the 2 things I wanted to do that I've kind of been putting off, and I got those 2 things done today, right? And as well as a bunch of other stuff, and of course
nice.
I worked today and all that kind of stuff as well.
And these were not related to work.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. So these were film related. So yeah. So one was to get in touch with all of the gyms that we worked with last year in Art of 8 Limbs, which I had been meaning to do for Chris Gregg, and I did that. And then the second was to purchase the primary domain shift for the website move to get that going. And so I got that done as well. So I'm just going to say, for everybody that was watching last week, when we talked about the whole reorganization of the website and the fixing of everything, new website and all that kind of stuff, I'm a little afraid that everything's going to break. It probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. There is a small chance that the podcast and the website and everything will go down. So I'm gonna post this podcast on Wednesday, maybe.
Okay.
On the website. I don't know. I think I'm going to make the website move tonight as soon as I get confirmation that our backup's completed. And we'll see what happens. But over the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing some very basic stuff to get the website back up, and hopefully I don't break the podcast too much. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We're moving over. This is very exciting times. We need a real website. We need a website that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks professional. It's important. A website is really your 100%.
Your landing page.
It is. It's your reflection, or it's the way that the whole world is going to see you. Mm-hmm. They're going to judge you based on your website.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I do that 100%. If somebody tells me something, I go straight to their website. Their website's caca. I'm like, meh.
Totally.
So it's very important.
So those things are on the go.
Yeah. Amazing.
We'll see what 2 things I write in my book for tomorrow.
Okay. We're getting Jay out of his funk. That's what's happening right now.
I can't tell. Facebook Live is right here.
Yeah.
Podcast is right here. I keep looking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So now I will tell you, you're going to be building the podcast corner.
Yes.
In your basement.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have some floating shelves. We're going to put some movie stuff up on there. I did pick up the first thing that we can put on this shelf. I'll show you here. This is a Laurel and Hardy.
That's cool. That is awesome.
The House Guests.
Look at this.
Classic.
It's Laurel and Hardy.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
Are you Laurel or Hardy?
I mean, I'm definitely the fat one.
I'm so sorry. You're not even.
Thanks for coming over and cheering me up. But I will tell you that I did.
I'm a jerk.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I wanted to share because it's very relevant, and it will probably, even though it was my birthday present, at the end of the show, I have to show you what I got for my birthday. It's probably the greatest.
That you got for yourself?
No, I got for myself. I bought a bottle of Lafroig scotch, and it was cool because I bought this bottle of scotch, and in the scotch, it comes with a little coupon, like a little code. And so you go online and you become a friend of Lafroig, and they've given me an honorary 1 square foot of Scotland that is now mine.
Get out of here.
And they
I want a square foot of Scotland.
Well, you got to buy your own bottle of scotch.
I'm going to do it. I want a square foot.
But they send you an email. They're like, listen, we want you to come over.
It's honorary.
No, it's... I've got a picture of it online. And I've got a certain number. They're like, that's your square foot of Scotland.
Come on.
They've got like a whole huge spot. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like grass.
Yeah.
But they're going to show me where it is, give me some rubber boots. I go out there, stand on it, kick people off my lawn. I don't know, whatever an angry Scotch drinking guy does.
That sounds about right.
But I will show you what my brother Jake got me for my birthday. It is in that bag right behind you. You can, but don't take it out right now.
Oh, it's not for right now?
No.
Can I look?
No, you can't.
All right.
But you have to be very careful with it, actually. So you can set it down. But
smash. Very good. Very good.
I'm pretty excited about it, and it will be fun for the end of the show for sure. So what's on the go for you? Give us some updates on.
Okay.
What have you been up to for the last couple of weeks?
Working on Shifted, editing. Trying to just do as much as possible with Shifted. And now I've made sort of a timeline for myself when things should be finishing, that we should be moving into the next phase of everything. Yeah. And so I just got a new batch of audio from Christian. So awesome. Importing that, been working on those new scenes. Right now I am working on Patrina's scene, on the Derek flashback scene. So
amazing.
I just sank because the thing is that I have to sync all the audio, then I break the scenes up into pieces, and actually all 3 scenes that happen at Tabby's house are kind of consecutive, and they're all in the same scene. Yeah, really. Yeah. Even though they are 3 different scenes. So
man, I'm so excited. I know that was like the last stuff we shot. Yeah, but I am pretty excited to see how that stuff turned out.
Yeah, no, I'm also there is some VFX work that needs to go into that. It's not just it's not just the raw footage. There's going to be some additional stuff. Yeah. And besides that, I've just been doing some random VFX work for some dude. And so I've also I'm just really excited. I'm actually really excited about things. So I'm actually on the opposite trend that you are on right now. You are going through a funk, and I feel great.
Oh, good. I'm gonna swing.
No,
I'm gonna get
it. Not for any reason other than I just feel like there's so many things that we could be doing. Yeah, like that we've talked about doing, and I was like, and the one day I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we should do them all. Like, we should just do them.
Just keep doing.
Keep doing all the things, and we just keep making, and we go. And that's how I feel about. Like I think. Did you ever read The Last Stand for Luke Commitment / Limbo Town?
Totally. I love that movie, by the way.
Thank you. I think we should start doing a fucking claymation.
Really?
Actually, specifically, I think it should be like we should get wooden those wooden figurines that artists use to stand that are firm, and we use those, and then we put animated faces onto the wooden figurines, and then we build sets in the basement, and we make the movie that way.
Huh. Interesting.
And we make it over a long period of time. But we build one set, shoot all the scenes. Like, you'd need the timing for how long something would be, like how long it's going to take someone to say something, because there's going to be no faces on the puppets, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put the faces on later.
Mm-hmm.
And then we...
That's interesting. You know, I was telling you about my Unlucky short film, and that I wanted that to be animated. And it's interesting. It's interesting to think about trying something new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, like, I don't know what it's like to direct an animated short.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool. I will tell you, Sean is watching, and I will tell you that Sean Vincent, who was played a monster in Shifted, is directing his own. Sean, you can maybe text and chat, but it seems like maybe a feature. I'm not sure. But part 1 of 3 is 20 minutes long. So
altogether, it's probably going to be a feature.
I suppose it could be just a series of shorts. I'm not really sure. But he has cast Lex. I think I posted on Facebook, Lex is playing like a cowboy. Kid cowboy.
That's amazing.
And so tonight was actually their first shoot day. And I was really, really impressed. He sent over a shot list. And he sent over a shot list, and I was really impressed how he laid out the shots that he was going to do today. Now, I don't think that they made all of their shots, but he listed each very specific shot he was going to get. He did storyboards for some of them, and I was really impressed.
Do you know what?
Like, shit, man.
Let me tell you. Ha ha ha! You made us swear.
Sorry, kids.
You never know. You never know who is going to be huge. And Sean might be huge.
Yep.
He might be giant.
I believe it. So it's pretty exciting. But anyways, I was just going to say that, you know, I think that directing animation is, man, lots and lots of storyboards. And you need artists to be planning everything out before you even get into any kind of... because you can't waste time and money on animators if you don't know exactly how each thing is going to look, right? So
you do it you made as many decisions as you can before you get someone to animate a frame, because that takes a lot of work.
So I'll have to get Sean to tell us who did some of his storyboarding, because I'm not gonna lie, way better than you. I'm just trying to take you down a notch. Do you remember your little penis head guys?
Totally remember the penis head guys. Anyways. Well, let me see Sean's storyboards. I wonder if it was Sean. Sean, was it you?
That's what we want to know. Art of Eight Limbs.
Yeah. So Art of Eight Limbs is our Muay Thai documentary series, which is scheduled to shoot again. We've got the first season that is out the doors, and season 2 is happening very soon.
Totally. So we're going to be working to find the fighters. But I you know what I was thinking? We know we're going to be shooting in Kitchener-Waterloo. We know we're going to be shooting in Cambridge. Chances are good we're going to be going to Barrie. Cool. You know, and there might be some other places.
What are you trying to say?
We could start shooting some B-roll. We could start thinking about some of the other things we want to go get, and get some of the stuff, like, you know how you wanted to do, the opening the gym sequences when they're empty, where the owner comes in, flicks the lights on, you know, and walks through the gym. Like, there's no reason why we couldn't be starting to make a plan and starting to get some of these random little things and putting them in the bag for later. So we don't have to work. Once we're like going hard and we're shooting interviews and we're filming all the different stuff, we could have some of it already done. Now, I kind of imagine we might use some of our existing B-roll, but it might be nice to get some new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when we were shooting Art of Eight Limbs Season 1, we didn't have that super sweet Waterloo sign.
Yeah.
And it's back up now. It's fixed. Kitchener-Waterloo has a new train.
Yeah. The LRT.
It's very exciting.
But they're still in test phase.
Yeah, but they won't be by the time this is run.
Blah, 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 blah,
Anyway,
blah, blah, blah.
so this, I kind of feel like through the summer, this is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of
Stuff.
happening.
Okay. Yeah, you made me kind of mad when you were like, let's start working on that. That's fine.
I see. But yeah, finish shifted. Come on.
Yeah.
So one of my things I'll be getting back into the Glade. I did have a nice discussion
Yeah.
with someone about the Glade.
Who did you have a nice discussion with?
William Winter.
Mm-hmm.
And William Winter really wants to play the Ranger, the Forest Ranger. I'll tell you, I told him, I said, I don't know, man, because things happen to him. He was like, well, I think he should live.
Firstly, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with your script. The Ranger needs to live.
The guy that I would play is going to die, so that's no good.
Yeah, we got to change that.
So we'll get into that more.
Cool. When do you think that? Because one of the things
that's my next thing.
So one of the things that I wanted to say to Jay about being in a funk, is that the best thing that you can do in any situation is to make progress.
Yeah,
it's just like taking that one step forward. You know.
Yeah.
It just makes everything better. So I just thought, you know, if we finish the Glade, because I would love to send that out there into the world to see what kind of response it garners, see what people have to say about it.
You know whose opinion I would like to get is Jason Armstrong's. I'd love to get Chris Giroux's opinion. Chris just actually finished shooting a feature, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
So we got to sit down with him as well.
Yeah.
And chit chat. But really, really my updates have been not very much. I've basically been birthdaying, funkifying, going walkabout, and trying to chill out for a couple weeks. You've been cracking on for Shifted,
but nothing different, just the same.
Same.
Just like moving forward. And I will say, a thought. Here is a thought. Take it, leave it, do what you want with it. But everything you need to make your next step, you have already.
It's all.
Check that for some. Yeah. No, I was just like, everything you need to make that next step, you have it. You have those tools.
Yeah.
That's why I thought when I was thinking about doing the sort of the animation or this, you know, I was like, what can we do? What is possible for us? And this, we could like do this simultaneously.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
For long.
Absolutely. Same with talk a little bit about what's the podcast that you're listening to right now, because we've mentioned this, I think, on the last podcast.
Yeah.
But we are thinking about again, and this is one of those things that doesn't have to happen immediately.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to take precedence over anything else.
Totally.
But we've been talking about creating a different type of podcast, a different type of content that goes out into the world, which is just fictional podcast.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the show that you're watching and some of the episodes and what you like about it.
Yeah. So we really thought to ourselves that one of the assets that we have is that we tend to come up with a lot of story content, far more than we could possibly use. And that's probably a good thing, because you're able to sift through it and hopefully the cream rises to the top. But there is some content that we don't feel like we will ever get to. It's like content that you build up to the certain point, and then you move on to something else, and you just feel like you'll never get to that. And it would be just so nice if we could leverage that content, leverage those ideas, And so I started thinking about a fictional podcast to be able to do the movie in an audio version. And so one of the podcasts that I found in looking into fictional podcasts is a podcast called the No Sleep Podcast. It's basically horror, but it's just you listen to a 70-minute podcast and it's got 3 stories that someone has written, and they are different. Some of them are dialogue heavy, some of them are exactly like a short story. You know what I mean? Some of them you can tell have probably been adapted from a script, but they just, I really, really enjoy them. All of these are they're really great. Like, they're a good length. It's like 20 minutes an episode, 20 minutes a story, and you're getting a full beginning, middle, end. And some of them really give you the heebie-jeebies. But it's not like the heebie-jeebies that I'll be, if I watch a movie in a dark house by myself, I will get far bigger heebie-jeebies.
Right.
But when I'm driving in my car, listening to the story, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Do you think there's an opportunity to do some horror, some sci-fi?
Yeah.
Like just like a cool mixture of stories.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we spoke about. We've just been toying with the idea of doing a podcast that we would call the Fable Forest.
Right.
That is just any kind of stories, and it could be a one series of 10 could be one story, and then one episode could be one story. You could break one episode up into smaller stories. You can do basically anything you want, but you're there just to entertain people with fictional stories.
And the cool thing is, we know a lot of really creative and interesting people.
Totally.
And it doesn't mean that we have to write everything.
No.
Right?
Not
Somebody
at all.
else could create, and we could produce the audio version of this particular thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I imagine you would get a huge audio bank. We would pay for an audio library so that you don't have to run around recording things all the time. You have like this massive library at your disposal that you're able to just enhance
sound
the story.
effects and stuff.
Yeah, and music.
Right.
You want to have like the or whatever kind of music you need to like just make the story that much more entertaining, so that if someone took headphones, closed their eyes, and like listened to your story, they would be transported into this place.
But not if they're driving.
Well, it's just when you're driving, you're in a different headspace.
Don't close your eyes.
Don't close your eyes and go get transported. I mean, if you did that, it would kind of be successful in a tragic kind of way. People would be like, I was listening to the podcast. I was so engrossed that I
Crashed.
but nothing bad. Nobody died.
Definitely not.
But if they just crashed, you'd be like, that's really sad because crashing is terrible. But
Yep.
it's kind of cool.
Okay. Are there any more updates that you would like to give out before we break open the greatest birthday present of all time? Because here's the thing. We still have, I don't know who's still online, but we still have 3 live viewers right now.
No.
Who are super excited.
4.
Oh, we just got a new, someone just joined. That's amazing. We got 4, oh, now they left. See, so we got...
This is fun.
This is kind of fun. We have.
If Derek had, I can't believe Derek didn't come on, and he should have come over.
Derek should have been paying attention.
He should have paying attention.
Saw
and then
that
he
we were
should
going
have
to do a Facebook
come to your
Live.
garage.
Man, we should have right up from the beginning. We should have mentioned him and said,
We
"Derek, come over." But anyways, next time we do a Facebook Live from the garage or from my house, Derek's invited. But we have to tell him on
the
the
Facebook
show.
Live and see if he can make it here in time.
He can't. He totally can. It was just
If
down
he
the street.
wants. No more updates from me. Just to say that very eager to finish Shifted.
Yes.
I am very excited.
Cool. Okay, well, please be very careful, but it's time to open the greatest birthday present of all time. I put it in this bag.
As a misleading, this is to mislead people.
Yeah, when my mom came over.
Is this going to be really, really gross?
No, it's not, but you do really need to be careful with it, honestly.
Okay, am I pulling it out?
Sure.
You're trusting me?
When my mom came over.
If this is a bag with your genitals in it, I'm going to be very
It's
upset.
not. Well, just be careful. Just be super careful. Here, let's get rid of that.
Oh, this is like a glass figurine.
Yeah, just be very careful.
If you say it again, I'm gonna smash
I
it in
swear
your.
to God.
I'm gonna smash it in your
You have
face.
to understand how important this is to me. Let's do it a little slower.
It is a Jason Green bobby-head. What are they called? Bobble-heads. That is so cool. Look at the resemblance. It's uncanny. I love it. Just laugh a little more. We'll try to get the head. That's awesome.
Let me get this out of here.
That is so cool.
Hold on. Let's look at this. Look at this guy.
Look at that guy.
Look at this guy.
That's amazing. That is awesome.
Oh man, I tell you, I must have laughed for an hour with that thing.
And the camera and the slate, the whole jam. That's really cool.
I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
As far as birthday presents go, that was pretty innovative. And yeah, my stepbrother got me that. So thanks, Jake.
That's awesome. All the other gifts he got were dumb. That's what he basically said.
Here's the problem. It was the last gift I opened, and I really did have to thank everyone else for my gifts, but I had to tell them because I couldn't stop smirking and laughing about this thing. So it was
that is
great.
really cool.
So that's it for this week's show. I don't know. Watch and see what happens to the website. Maybe it takes a super shit, and the podcast goes down, and we have to re-upload everything or rebuild it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But this is something that has to happen in order for us to really build the next thing.
Yes.
And move on. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Totally.
We're
in the long race right now. We're running the long miles at the moment. We've got things are not exciting and right now and anything like that, but we're here and we're going. And the Glade should be done probably within the next 3 or 4 weeks. We should have the Glade done, and then hopefully we can send that places, and we'll be able to send you guys updates on what's going on with that.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do for the Glade is let you take your next run at it, and then let's send it out to a couple people just to get their opinion, just to see if we want to fix or tweak or add more.
Totally.
But the cool thing was I kind of gave a little bit of the lore away, and I got some good feedback. So that was cool. So
very cool.
It's when you build a new monster.
Mythology.
When you build a new mythology, it can be tricky. So so it was pretty cool. So I'm very excited. I actually like the idea more and more. The more we crack on with it. So
that's good. Because the more you beat an idea down, if it still holds water, then you probably got something that's not super terrible.
So thanks everyone for sticking with us on Facebook Live and sticking with us through the podcasts.
Yeah, dream big.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
First frames first.
Yes, first frames first. Thank you, Jason.
Welcome.
If you enjoyed, head over to our website, www.thefableforest.com. Check out our films and sign up for our newsletter where we will send you exclusive content.
Hit us up on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, always at The Fable Forest. And share our show with your friends. It'll really help us out a lot.
Dream big.
Work hard.